haven't prepared very well for saying this. And I could have said something like this all along the way. But I wanted to protect my family. But they don't care about me. So that's not why I'm saying it. That's not why I'm saying it. See, I don't know. I haven't thought enough about exactly what I'm going to say. But I feel God wants me to be as honest as possible because I don't think that my being under attack is going to be going on that much longer. I don't think that I will be. No, that's not right either. I don't know what God's plan is for me. But I just woke up this morning and thought about stuff and my past, and this one incident came up because I had done a video yesterday and I decided not to post it about the man next door, how he makes it appear as if he traps cats underneath his porch, and he has built up rocks around the porch so that the cats can't get out. He's done it once before, and guys, stop. He's done it once before, and my animals are very interested in what's going on there, especially my one cat, my older cat, or not the older cat stays inside. The younger boy has gone out there and just sat by the porch. He can get over there. He goes, that's part of his territory, that he goes and walks around different places, and he goes next door to where this guy is. And also my little dog has, sniffs that area from the other side of the fence, and just in the cracks in the foundation, and also through the slats in the fence, she can see the where it is, and she smells there and is very interested, and kind of cocks her head and listens for sounds that I can't hear. And these cats don't make any noise, but they smell something. They smell something underneath the porch there. And I thought also afterwards, after days, the guy came out, and it sounded like he had a bag, like a cloth bag. He was carrying something, because you can see a little bit through the slats of the fence. He was carrying, and it sounded like something was struggling inside the bag. But I don't know that, I don't know that for sure. These are all things that he kind of sets up so that I can see or hear, but not come to any conclusions about. And so this morning I woke up about something that happened in my childhood with my brother. I'm the youngest, and I was in elementary school, and my brother was, I think, a teenager, young teenager, and he and his friend were outside, and our backyard had a dock with a lagoon out there and with fish in it. And I think they called me out there. I believe they called me out there, he and his friend. And I went out there, and they were on the dock with fish, with like, I don't know how many fish, but they had like a bucket, I think. I'm not sure. It was so long ago. But my brother had a BB gun, and he had it open. It was, and he was slamming down the where you cock it, and he was slamming it down on the heads of the fish. I saw him do it maybe more than once. I'm thinking that they were doing it maybe twice he did that. I'm not sure exactly, but they were laughing about it. Or they were, testing me. They were looking at me to see my reaction, just like this guy next door does. And his friend had a pocket knife, and he had a fish, and he said, if you can pick this fish up and put it back in the water, then you can save it. And so I was just all panicking, and I think, no, I can't touch fish. I couldn't touch fish. It's just something that I couldn't do. I can't do it, and even now I don't like that kind of stuff. I still don't do it, and I couldn't do it, and I just couldn't believe in my head that they were actually going to, well, I guess you can't say it on YouTube, unalive these. I'll use the ladies that do the tarot. They say unalive, and that he was actually going to unalive this fish, even though I had seen my brother doing it. And I just couldn't. So he did it. He did it, and they were laughing. And so, sorry. So another incident, years later, when we were on vacation, I think it was in another state. We were there for a big function for this brother's child, and my other brother told a story while we were at a restaurant. There was funnily enough, there was a dock there too, a long dock that went out into the water. And we were sitting outside, and we could see the birds, and it was just a really beautiful place. And he told a story about how when he was about the same age as my other brother, or he was in his teen years, he he unalived a raccoon, and he described how he did it. I think he had trapped it, and then he took a stick or a bat or something, and then beat it till it was unalived. And so now I think I was born into a family that just also also my child has that gene, I guess. I've never had any indication that she's done anything like that, I have to say. But she was very interested in, we were on vacation visiting some friends that lived in the mountains, and they were fishing, and I don't like fishing at all. But she was very interested in the cleaning of the fish. She got right in there and wanted to see how the fish was gutted and all that kind of stuff. And then when she was a teen, I found her and her, or even when she might have been really early teens. This was a different thing that just came up that I thought of, that she watched a movie and told me about it afterwards, like years afterwards, I think. Years afterwards, about how she watched a movie about unaliving. It was called Faces of, and she described something that happened to a monkey in there. That was just, it was so graphic, it was so awful that I'm not going to recount that. But then when she was a teenager, I found a book in her room that was like, it was like either satanic or some sort of thing it was a handbook to how to fool, like the fool people, how to, and just how to behave as a devil worshiper or something like that. And so I confronted her and her boyfriend about it, and they said they just got it from, they didn't really explain themselves. They just got it from a friend, and it didn't really mean anything or something like that. And so I ended up throwing it. I told them it was trash, and I ended up and talked to them about it, and then I threw it in the trash. I threw it away. But I think I don't know what it was. I maybe didn't throw it away right away. Because they had said it was from a friend, maybe, that I thought, well, they've got to give it back to the friend. It's just so. And so, but it remained there in the house, and so obviously it wasn't from a friend, that was probably a lie. And so I, at that point, once I realized that they were going to keep the book, I threw it away. But that's how I know that God, I believe, has put me into a family that lacks empathy, that just doesn't, And they care about things that don't matter, like money and prestige. That all goes away. I mean, you can't take it with you. And so that's the same thing that this guy next door is doing with the cats. Now it's happened again. The cat that was, or the animal, I don't know. He had been ranting. This was about a few weeks ago, couple weeks ago maybe. He had been ranting about how these effing cats, and I think he said cats, but because it's a long diatribe, that, and I think I heard him say cats in there, that he was so upset with the cats for coming around and doing what? I don't know, because he feeds the cats. And so I think, I've long believed that he lures the cats in. So to do harm to them, or to show me, to set up a situation, to set up me for an upset, like to get me riled up so that I'll do something, so that I'll react in an unbalanced way, so that they can take a snapshot of it, or to show that there's something, look, there's something not right about her, I mean, just this group coordinates their efforts. Just yesterday, I walked around the block with my little dog, and there was a woman across the street with a dog, walking the dog, and she yelled something at me, and I said, she looked at, smiled and looked at my puppy or something like that, and so I kind of, looked down at the puppy. Oh, but I know these people, and she said, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Excuse me," and I said, "Yeah, I think I'm all right. I think so." And I walked on, but it's like just a set up situations. It's constant setups. And I could say, it's like a coaching that my family and possibly extended family, they know me, they know how I am, and I think they do believe that there is something wrong with me. They believe that, but it's when it's convenient for them to believe it, if you know what I mean. So, I said it. This is the type of things, the types of things that have happened growing up, and I think it has to do with inheritance or a will of insurance from my family, and also it has to do with these criminals that were hired. Obviously, these criminals have been hired to get a certain outcome from me, and they get paid, and they also do other criminal activities. It's organized crime here, so they're involved in multiple things, which could be sadistic and satanic. That could be part of their business, as you would call it, I guess. So I guess I've gotten everything out. I'm sorry for bursting into tears like that. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. So that's. I hope this it gets through to people. How it can be a thing where children grow up where my child can grow up in this atmosphere. I mean, she grew up here. Yeah, well, not younger childhood, but teenage years. She grew up here, and so it's been in this neighborhood, I think, for a long time, where she was pulled into this